Have you ever wondered why some women always seem to be the ones chosen? Why they don't chase, yet men step up wanting to be a part of their world? Today we're going to unlock the secrets to becoming the kind of woman who doesn't need to settle because she knows her worth. In this speech, we'll break down the art of being chosen, unveiling the feminine power that makes men step up. These are the qualities, the mindset, and the behaviors that truly attract and keep a man's attention. Not by forcing it, but by embodying a magnetic energy that makes them want to rise to the occasion. It's time to reclaim your power and start living the life where you're always chosen. Confidence is the foundation of everything when it comes to being chosen. You can wear the best outfit, have the perfect makeup, or master your social media game, but if your inner confidence isn't aligned with who you are, nothing else will matter. True confidence isn't about pretending to be someone you're not or trying to impress others. It's about knowing your value without needing constant validation. The key here is to understand that confidence isn't loud or brash. It's quiet and deeply rooted. It comes from knowing that you are enough just as you are, regardless of anyone's opinion. What most women get wrong is equating confidence with being perfect or always being in control. They push themselves to be flawless, which only leads to stress and self-doubt. The truth is, confidence isn't about perfection, it's about authenticity. When you can show up as your true self, imperfections and all, that's when your real confidence shines through. Men are attracted to women who own their flaws just as much as they own their strengths. That balance is magnetic because it signals a woman who knows her worth and isn't afraid to embrace her humanity. The most magnetic women aren't the ones who are always chasing attention. They're the ones who allow it to come to them. Confidence comes from standing in your own energy, not chasing anyone else's. When you stop seeking external approval, you begin to radiate an energy that draws people in naturally. You can spot this kind of confidence in women who walk into a room and immediately take up space. Not by being the loudest or the most dominant, but by being unapologetically themselves. They aren't seeking to prove anything, and that, ironically, makes them the most desirable. Another mistake many women make is believing they need to be overly modest or humble about their accomplishments to be liked. Instead of owning their successes, they downplay them, thinking it will make them more relatable or less intimidating. This behavior signals insecurity. A truly confident woman knows how to celebrate her achievements without arrogance, but she also doesn't shy away from showing the world her value. Men are drawn to women who are secure in their abilities and who don't need to hide their light just to make others feel comfortable. Your confidence is also deeply connected to how you carry yourself physically. Posture plays a massive role in how you project your inner state to the world. Women who walk with their shoulders back, head held high, and with a calm, centered presence naturally exude confidence. It's not about being stiff or unnatural, but about being grounded in who you are. A man will notice how you move through the world and whether you have a strong, steady presence. Confidence is felt, not just seen. But here's where many women falter. They think confidence is about doing more, taking on more responsibilities, being more outgoing, or saying yes to everything. True confidence is the opposite. It's about saying no when something doesn't serve you. It's about setting clear boundaries that protect your time, your energy, and your peace of mind. When you master the art of saying no, you show men that your time is valuable and you will not settle for anything less than what you deserve. This creates respect, which is the foundation of attraction. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about embracing your own journey. We all have insecurities, but a confident woman isn't defined by them. She chooses to move through life with a mindset that says, I'm worthy of love, respect, and success, and I'm going to show up every day no matter what. This mindset gives her the power to transform challenges into opportunities for growth, and men find that resilience deeply attractive. It's not about the absence of fear. It's about pushing through it anyway. Lastly, you have to understand that confidence is a journey, not a destination. Every day is a new opportunity to step into your power. You won't always feel confident, but the key is to continue showing up and doing the work to grow into the woman you're meant to be. Confidence isn't something you wake up with one day. It's something you cultivate day after day. The more you invest in your own growth, the more you'll begin to notice the world reflecting back your own belief in yourself. And when that happens, you'll see how men naturally begin to step up to meet your energy. Emotional independence is one of the most powerful tools a woman can have in attracting the right man. When you're emotionally independent, you don't rely on someone else to feel good about yourself or to validate your worth. You are whole and complete on your own. Men are drawn to women who have their own lives, passions, and goals. They don't need a man to fill the void. They are already content. This independence signals strength, and it shows that you are not looking for someone to complete you, but rather to complement you, and that makes all the difference. What many women get wrong is believing that emotional dependence is a sign of love. They think that the more they rely on someone else for emotional support, the deeper the connection. But that's not the case. Men are not attracted to neediness. They are attracted to women who are emotionally balanced and secure. When a woman is constantly seeking reassurance or approval, it can come across as insecurity. Instead, emotional independence shows that you are self-sufficient, and that gives you a quiet confidence that is undeniably attractive. The truth is, when you are emotionally independent, you create space for a man to step into your world. You don't chase him or try to control the relationship. Instead, you give him the opportunity to come forward on his own without the pressure. When a man feels that you have your own life, your own friends, and your own goals, it sparks his desire to pursue you. He doesn't feel like he's being forced into a box. He feels that he has to earn his place in your life. This makes him respect you more and creates a natural attraction. One of the biggest mistakes women make is thinking that emotional dependency will make them more lovable. They believe that the more they give, the more they'll receive. But in reality, when a woman's emotional energy is focused solely on her partner, she diminishes her own value. Men want to be with women who are whole and have their own sense of identity. When you lose yourself in a relationship, you risk becoming invisible. Instead, take the time to nurture your own passions, dreams, and personal growth. This not only makes you more interesting, but it also makes you less likely to tolerate behavior that doesn't align with your standards. Emotional independence is also about knowing how to handle your own emotions. Too many women look to others to help them manage their feelings, especially when they're upset or hurt. But the most attractive women are those who can process their emotions internally before reacting. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings. It means having the emotional maturity to handle conflict or disappointment without falling apart. Men find this quality incredibly appealing because it shows emotional stability, which is essential for a healthy, lasting relationship. The key to emotional independence lies in creating healthy boundaries. When you set clear boundaries, you are protecting your emotional energy. This doesn't mean being cold or distant. It means knowing your worth and not allowing anyone to treat you less than you deserve. When a woman communicates her boundaries confidently, it shows that she values herself. Men respect women who have standards, and they are more likely to rise to meet those standards. Without boundaries, relationships can easily become imbalanced, with one person giving too much and the other taking too much. But when both partners respect each other's space and needs, it creates a much stronger, more harmonious connection. One thing many women fail to recognize is how much emotional independence contributes to a man's desire to pursue them. If a woman is constantly available, always giving of herself, a man may start to take her for granted. He knows that she will always be there, so the chase loses its excitement. However, when a woman is emotionally independent, she's not always waiting by the phone or always at his beck and call. This creates a sense of mystery and makes him wonder about her. What is she doing? What's going on in her life? He begins to chase, not out of obligation, but because he realizes that he can't have everything handed to him. This makes the pursuit all the more intriguing. Another mistake women often make is putting their entire sense of self-worth in the hands of their partner. They wait for him to make them feel special or validated. But this only sets them up for disappointment. When a woman's self-worth is tied to another person's approval, she's setting herself up for emotional dependency. A truly emotionally independent woman knows that her worth comes from within. She doesn't need to be constantly reassured, and she doesn't look to a man to define who she is. This not only protects her emotional well-being, but also attracts a man who values her for who she is, not for what she can do for him. Emotional independence doesn't mean you can't share your emotions or need support from your partner. It simply means you are not relying on him to complete you. A woman who is emotionally independent doesn't let her partner's actions dictate her emotional state. If he's having a bad day, she doesn't absorb his negativity. If he's distant, she doesn't spiral into self-doubt. She remains grounded, knowing that her emotional stability is her responsibility, not his. This sense of inner peace is what men find irresistible. It creates a relationship dynamic where both people can grow without one person becoming overly dependent on the other. In a world where so many women are conditioned to seek validation from others, emotional independence is rare and incredibly valuable. When you stand firm in your own identity, passions, and self-worth, you become a woman who is truly irreplaceable. Men are attracted to women who are confident, strong, and emotionally stable, because that gives them the space to be their best selves as well. When you stop seeking validation and start choosing yourself, you become the kind of woman that men not only want, but need. This dynamic is what makes a relationship thrive, not because of constant neediness, but because both individuals come together from a place of mutual respect, attraction, and emotional strength. Owning your feminine energy is one of the most powerful ways to attract the right man into your life. Feminine energy isn't about being weak or submissive. It's about embodying the qualities that make you unique as a woman: grace, warmth, intuition, and receptivity. When you radiate your femininity, you naturally create an aura of attraction that draws others in. It's about embracing who you are at your core and letting that energy flow freely without apologies or self-doubt. Men are naturally drawn to women who are confident in their femininity because it's magnetic and mysterious, and they want to experience that energy for themselves. What many women get wrong is that they try to mask their femininity by adopting behaviors they think are more masculine in order to be taken seriously or to compete in a male-dominated world. They may put up walls or become overly guarded, thinking that being tough or unemotional is the only way to protect themselves. But suppressing your natural femininity only leads to a loss of authenticity. True strength lies in embracing your feminine energy with confidence. It's not about being passive. It's about being comfortable in your skin, using your intuition, and trusting your own inner wisdom. Embracing femininity means tapping into your natural sensuality and presence. It's about owning the way you move, speak, and carry yourself. Sensuality is often misunderstood